And now, VermontViews.org contributor Shanta asks you to ponder this.
As a young adult, I made the promise to break the don't talk to strangers rule that was drilled into me as a child. I have often enjoyed sharing laughs, listening to stories, or just having a random exchange as I went about my day. Admittedly, most of these exchanges happened between myself and a store clerk, a barista, or with individuals as we journeyed to our separate destinations. At some point, most of these engagements stopped. Perhaps we became subconsciously infected with the post-9/11 world. At some point in our society, because the boogeyman could have been any one of us, we stopped talking to each other, refused to look at each other in the eyes, or exchange a smile. And because I grew up in a city, I was taught that all casual encounters were dangerous, thus bearing a grin was not a good idea. Of course, media has not helped the concept of community either. Most of us remember the iconic kidnapping van featured in many 80s movies. Today, many real-life crime shows like Nightmare Next Door, Stalked, Someone's Watching, or Fear Thy Neighbor encourage us to remain terrified of the person unknown. Amidst all of these shared fears, a hushed sleep swept over us. We assumed that we all shared the same beliefs or values due to being spoiled by 8 years with former President Barack Obama. There were still global tragedies, but home still felt like home. We could continue to silo because, after all, the person next door believed what we believed, right? But something changed that jolted us out of sleep and comfort when Donald J. Trump became president. Perhaps it is both the best and scariest thing that has happened to America. We know the current horrors well, but I do want to shine the light on the good that came out of all of this now that Linus, all of us, has lost his blanket. I noticed that individuals crossed divides of their silos to talk to each other. One of my friends among many has started an action group that meets regularly, while another friend has been organizing weekly community potlucks. Many of us are engaging in the simple act of talking to each other. This week alone, whether it was passing comments that I made to a friend in a parking lot or being brave enough to ask someone if I could share their table at the local co-op, my random engagements with strangers has returned, this time with the air of needing contact, a laugh together at the ridiculous nature of things, to exchange smiles, or to try to find meaning. Maybe it is the fact that we all find ourselves in a nightmare and we are trying to help each other escape. Perhaps it is the sense of having a shared boogeyman that has brought about this feeling of camaraderie. One thing that has become clear to me is the unexpected outcome of the presidential elections. Rediscovering community, talking to our neighbors, and capturing an important lesson from our long slumbering as a nation.